12 Days of Lunacy, Day 3. Hey, what's up, everyone? Master Menos Lunashi here, having way too much fun, as always. That Tuesday passes, so things get even more ridiculous here, and that's just intended. Yeah, for this particular disaster, it involves a family. If it turns out they're very good, definitely cherish them to the end. But if you have my case and end up with a bunch of psychos, then yeah, definitely distance yourself from them as far as possible, and if you can, move the hell out of there. There's nothing worse than a psychotic family BS routines to deal with. If it isn't the routines, the family members themselves are horrible. Just like what's going on with this story here. So a couple is suing their son and daughter-in-law for $650,000 American for not giving him a grandchild. Yeah, they seriously said, oh, you took too long to reproduce. Apparently they're the type to not listen to reason at all and thinks that their child don't have their own best wishes and then force them to carry their wishes instead. That's how you end up in an asylum cell like mine did. So a couple in India are taking legal action against their son and his wife, accusing the young couple of inflicting mental cruelty on them and not producing a grandchild. Oh, what the actual hell? It sounds like at least the son told them they didn't want any kids to begin with, and they weren't listening at all. Looks like they found out the hard way. Honestly, fucking deserve it.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Sanjeev Prasad, age 61, and his wife Sadhana, age 57, said their son Shrey Sakar and his wife Shobhangi Singha should pay them over $650,000 American if the couple does not want to give them a grandchild within the year, according to the BBC. You know, that is what I call being ungrateful. To ask Gurley who in their right mind would take this case. Those crooks should honestly be arrested for wasting their time. The old couple who lived in the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand told the Times of India that the sum was what they spent on Shrey, who is now 35. This indicates a $65,000 bill for Shrey's plot train in the US in 2006 and a luxury car gifted to him for his wedding. Yeah, it sounds like they calculated everything they gave him. Now this is them saying they want it back. Sounds like someone wasn't communicating right. I only have one son. I spent all my savings on his upbringing and education. Sanjeev Prasad told the Times of India. He returned to India in 2007 due to the economic recession abroad. Yet lost his job and could not find another for over 2 years. It spoiled him financially during this period as well. And within that, there was definitely some disconnect. No idea if there's some sort of stigma for disowning your own family back there, but in that case, if I were him, I would rather take that chance. I'd take being ridiculed for this than deal with any further suffering from them at that point forward. Tunon then added that he arranged a marriage for his son with Shobhangi, now 31, after the younger man finally secured a job. However, he accused the couple of immense mental harassment by not giving them a child despite being married for 6 years now. Ugh. Lord forbid if they don't want to have a kid at all, or at least one of them happens to be sterile and are unable to. Don't worry, it gets worse. Sanjeev Prasad said the young couple live in separate states because of work and that their daughter-in-law doesn't stay with them. Just add to their sufferance and cause the older couple immense pain. Ugh. The couple's lawyer, aka Srivastava, told local news outlet The Audi News that in the case of portrays the truth of society. We invest in our children and make them capable of working in good firms. Should know their parents' basic financial care. The lawyer said, adding that the pair either wanted a grandchild within the year or monetary compensation. Ugh. Yet they aren't entitled to either. Especially not now that you're trying to gut them with the legal system.
Well, frankly, Dad, your son did you a big favor teaching you to respect other people's private property. Maybe next time you'll think twice before doing this.
Srivastava also told the National that the older couple was suing because of mental cruelty. Says the crooks are mentally cruel themselves. It's the dream of every parent to become a grandparent, the lawyer said. You've been waiting for years to become grandparents. And clearly you've done something wrong to him to warrant either of them not giving you grandchildren at all. Or so says my speculation. And then there is the probability of either one of them being sterile. In that case, they have my sympathies. BBC report that the Posadas court petition has had a court date for May 17th of this year as of this post. Some Indian couples have faced immense pressure from family members to produce children. Some Indian mothers have even reported experiencing physical abuse for not producing a male heir after having a daughter. And the guys that sue them would definitely be the crooks to do that. Yeah, those crooks were absolutely sick. This sounds like they did not consider the feelings of either their son, his wife, or hell, anyone. I seriously hope this case didn't stick and those guys ended up with the $650,000 fine instead. But when the case pulls through, they both should definitely cut them off for good. No one needs that in their lives, ever. I won't be shocked if I end up having to patrol the bottom floors of the asylum to visit my folks again, and I end up seeing the crooks at hand in this disaster alongside them in different cells. No wonder the targeted couple at hand refused to pop out a kid. Those crooks didn't deserve it at all. Probably just abused the poor thing anyway. I tell them what their best chances are, but yeah, hell, not even they deserve the instructions to. They'd probably sue the surrogate too, or worse if they didn't get their way.
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with you?
If only we could choose our own families. On a side note, because I had a handful of disasters from India back in Sandy Check, turns out that country is one of the main countries that have hilarious disasters that involve them whenever the news shows up. They're definitely in competition along Florida and California in being even more ridiculous. But I've run on long enough. Thanks for watching this, and until next time, be seeing ya. Then there's the option. Then there's the probability that they were stale. Sorry. Sterile, not stale. Doctor, your sperm test came back. You're I'm sorry, it turns out you're stale. Stale, not sterile. Wait, stale, not sterile.